I'm fine either way. Either even because I can spell. Um, yeah, we can either have a third child or or not. Because renest. You can't typically reserve eggs. The way everybody gets around that. Oh, somebody's courting. It's Alien. Yep, Alien and Honey are courting. Um, anyway, is you saw earlier they messaged me. Do we want to do two with one renest? A renest is usually something someone will put aside as a request for someone who like wants a specific gender or just got a bad skin or something like that. Because when you take a skin, there's only so many colors you can change, and you don't have full range of the color wheel. Like I said in the chat, Fortune here had a lot of grays on him, and I had to use the alpha channels and kind of the reds to get rid of that, in order to make him a true albino. But like sometimes there will be skins you get where you just have this one specific stubborn color that will not go away, and that's what the renests are usually for. But people also low-key used to be like, hey, I'm popping up these eggs with this one renest, and you let the other two eggs get taken, and then when someone requests that renest, you repost with opening the renest, and your friend can take the egg, kind of a thing. That's usually how everybody gets around that. But it's not like too bad of a system. It's still fair. This way, people aren't just pointlessly egg hopping and all of that. Yes, join the snuggle pile. There we go. Let's see. Let's bloop. There we go. Spiral of Ichthy. Anyway, so yeah, speed combat is always the way to go with Ichthy. And like I said, when you first start darting and stuff, you are going to... Okay. Okie dokie. You are going to start losing a lot of your ability power and your stamina in the beginning. I'm gonna go get fish. Alright. So, back. Now that the group is here and I've gotten most of my baby buff, I'm going to get my Ichthy fed and I can talk to you guys about some of the other stuff that's going on. Let's see. As far as like additional ways to hunt down Mosas and Chronos, I don't have enough experience to really kind of like gauge that. I know there are ways you can do it. We are more nimble than they are, but all they have to do is hit us. All Chronos have to do is hit us once, and all Moses have to do is, bait us out into darting. And if we fall for that, then we just fall right into their trap. So don't like use your dart even once you say you get infinite dart. Try not to use it like too much because you can still like lose your Ichthy if you're not careful. All right, I'm gonna nom these fish. Okay. I know this bay very well, so I'm kind of like moseying on through it. I know there's more fish out here. The fish are client side, so like I can go to a spot that would be dead on my screen, but someone else can go to that same spot and get fish. They replenish, I think, every like 10 minutes or something like that. And they definitely replenish after every server restart, so it's always a good idea to, know where your fishing spots are. That being said, there was one time where there were so many Ichthys on that everyone had eaten all of their client-side fish, so we actually moved across the map. It was funny. We were all on these stupidly high rocks, and that's where Pepper dropped the child. Let's see. What else about Ichthy? I don't know if there's anything else I can say about Ichthy. Like I said, oh crap, I didn't mean to grab all the seaweed. I just wanted the fish. All the stuff regarding like combat, I'm not as good at that. I'm not as good at that, so I don't have as much experience. Boop, there we go. Eat the fish. Eat the fish. Am I having a lag? Eat the stupid fish. Eat the fish. Let me pick the fish back. I'm going to have to pick up the seaweed too, apparently. Give me the fish. I want the fish. Alright, the fish are in here somewhere. Sometimes the game will glitch out and, like, not let you eat the fish, and I don't know why it does that. There we go. Now I'm eating the fish. Okay, good. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, we're not very fast on land, so, like, any land carnivore, yeah, that's a no-go. Unless it's in the water, because then they're not the fast ones. So that's kind of how you hunt land critters as an ichthy. Is you just wait for them to cross the water. That's your best bet, because then you can dart at them, bite at them from behind, and you got a much better turn radius and whatnot, so it works out quite well. As for stuff going on in my life, like I said, I have a list of things I want to discuss. I'll start with my job. I've spoken a little bit about my job. I'll go over a brief reprise for anybody just coming into this video. I work at a dry cleaning warehouse, specifically for tuxedos. So, like, if you've been to the mall and you've seen shops like, Tuxedo Central or Savvy or Tip Top Tux and things like that, we're the ones that clean all their stuff after it's been rented. I work in receiving, which is the fun place to work, because not only am I by the doors, which is great in summer because I actually get a freaking breeze. Yeah, you think it's hot in the south, wait until you try a dry cleaning warehouse in the south. Anyway, I work in receiving, so I work by the doors, so I get at least some airflow when it's super freaking hot, which is amazing. But the best thing about working in receiving is one of the things we have to do is we have to, we don't just open the boxes and take out the tuxedos. We have to check all the pockets to make sure that nothing is going to ruin the machine, because the steam tunnel that the jackets and pants go through is magnetized. And there are these little metal cufflinks that go with, like, the dress shirts and stuff that can and will ruin that machine if you're not careful. Alright. I've got more satiation. I've got about as much satiation as food, so I will just have to leave it at that and come back. So because of this, we have to check the pockets. Now, that being said, as long as it isn't something traceable, I get to keep whatever I find. And that's not just because it's like my team lead's rule. It's also just the smart thing to do. Like, if I find a check, a credit card, a driver's license, a social security number, even a wallet, I'm returning that. I'm returning that immediately. Oh, okay. That's the other courtship ritual right there. Is jumping up and screaming. This is cute. I kind of like my little black and white babies here. Yep, yeah. Kiryu is courting. This is the other way to court. I usually do this with Fortune. They jump up and kind of like sing, trying to grab the female's attention. That's, again, part of the roleplay bit. The other way is by doing things like bringing gifts. So, anyway, let's see. Receiving. There we go. I've found, of course, cash. I keep the cash. Because if you're dumb enough to just leave your cash in the pocket of your rental tuxedo, I'm sorry, it's my cash now. Or the cash of whoever else find it. And we found, like, hundreds before. And then keep in mind, that's not common. Like, on average, I find, like, $2 here, $5 there. Maybe I'll luck out and find a 20. That kind of thing. But sometimes you will find pockets that have, like, multiple 20s. Or I found one pocket that had 300s in it, a couple of months ago. And I'm just like, okay, I'll take this. And they were real. Like, that's the first thing I did. Is I was like, okay, I know how counterfeit money is supposed to look, so let me make sure this stuff is real. Let's see. I've found also humorous things. The top 3 things that you'll find, and I've gone over this already, but I'm going to say it again. The top 3 things you will always find among these tuxedos, whether it's in the garment bag or in a pocket, are socks, usually not used, cozies, often personalized to the specific wedding or event that was the tuxedo was used at, usually weddings. And what's the third one? Pictures, wedding photos. People will leave like little bits of wedding photos in their pockets. It's weird. Food, small ones. Alright, Fortune is going to lay down. So. Yeah, I really like the way Ace's skin came out. That's very cool. That's heckin' awesome. So, those are the kinds of things that you'll find. I've found weird stuff. I found, like, shades. I found a set of earrings today with the matching bracelet. I did not keep those. I found some really weird stuff. I can never recall it when I want to tell people, oh, I found weird stuff, which is why I make a log of it. But I don't have immediate access to the logs, so, you know, you'll just have to take my word for it that there's a lot of weird stuff. There was one thing I found, which was a, sorry, I must go protect my child. I found a, boop. It's a fake shotgun shell, but like it has a picture of a tuxedo on the side of it, so I think it was some kind of like cologne or something, and I call it like the redneck cologne. Let's see. How big are you now? Oh, you have no more sniffs. Okay. You has no more sniffs. No more sniffs. Oh, you're fat too, I can tell. Your chunky little thighs. I gotta get you back up there now. Usually at this point, when you can no longer identify the child, you can't pick them up either. I've got 4 in good parents, so that helps. There we go. What happened to Hot Pocket? Did our egg get stolen? And I just missed it completely? Hot Pocket. Yeah, they're okay. I guess they DC'd. Oh, one of them logged. Okay, so no more baby buff. That's okay. I got some of it. In the meantime, I can go get water for Fortune. Alright, so. And I have no idea what inherits my kids have gotten. Normally there's tons of chatter in the chat room about, oh, I got these inherits. But, like, eh. Okay. Boop. Boop. Alright, let's go get some water. Because with the tide getting low, and the water near us getting low, we're going to have to go elsewhere for water. But yeah, I found all kinds of weird things in there. I don't remember what the weirdest thing is. Right now it's the redneck wedding favor. I find bubbles all the time. Those I bring home and, you know, let my cats have because, you know, cats like bubbles. You'd be surprised. It's small, it moves. You know, it moves just enough that they're like, ooh, I want to chase that, and then they'll, you know, bat at it. So my cats have a ton of fun with it. Not smelling anything, which is good. I don't like to come very far inland as an ichthy. But I need water. Well, I don't need it. I want water. I want water satiation. I guess I'll talk a little about my team, too. My team lead is fun. I enjoy him a lot. He's been teaching me Ebonics, which has been fun to learn. Let's see. There's him. There's Joey. There's Duke. Oh, I have a funny story about Duke. So Duke's about my height, and I'm like one of 2 girls on the receiving team. And for a while, I was like the only girl on the receiving team. But for the most part, there were only 4 of us for a while. But they kept trying to hire, you know, additional people to help out with the workload, which I'll get into that later. So they'd hire additional people, and these guys would come in and they'd work in receiving, and, you know, it was whatever. It was just, you know, train them, make sure they do it right, and then everybody just kind of does the work. Well, one day, there wasn't much work to do, and I'm over there working on the garment bags, which is the section I'm in charge of. And I really didn't want to do it that day. I just wasn't feeling it. So I, took the first opportunity I could to get out of it. There was a whole bunch of junk at the back door. I call it the back door. It's really the side door. There's a whole bunch of junk at the back door that needed to be moved because they were trying to get some lights on the side of the building fixed. And so they asked us to move it because, that's not their responsibility. That's ours. So Ramel, who is like the warehouse manager, he comes up and he picks like Cedric and the rest of the receiving team to go out and, move the stuff. And as Cedric walks by, he jokingly says, "You think we're going to need you for this one?" And I took that as an opportunity, grabbed a pair of gloves, and headed out there with them. So because of my work ethic, I've gotten a reputation among the receiving team as known as the Beast. They call me a beast because of my work ethic. So yeah, I was out there with them, and that was fun. And there was this little pile, but we were trying to move these metal poles, and that was the big issue. The metal poles were all in the way. Wansky is hiding in the coral. So yeah, we were trying to move the metal poles. That was the goal. But in front of that, there was this pile of like old boxes and cardboard, and things like that. And it had been like rain soaked and all of that, which was the purpose of the gloves. And all the guys are like, "I don't want to stick my hands in there. There might be something living in there. I don't want to do it." And me, the only girl among the group, I look at them and out loud I say, "Y'all are a bunch of wimps." And I get in there and I start digging through stuff because it's just trash. That's what the gloves are there. I have gloves on. I'm not worried about getting bit, about getting pinched. That's what the gloves are for. So I'm in there moving some cardboard. And as I go to move one, Duke comes up and he goes, "I'm not a wimp." And a lizard, like a small lizard, like scurries away and he goes, "Yeah," and jumps up. And I'm just like, "Yeah, no, you're a wimp." I didn't call him out on it then, but that was my thought process. It was so funny. Oh. This is my child. This is my albino child. My albino, are you my daughter? My son, my albino son. Hello, son. So yeah, the way that Wendy roleplays Screm there is typically deaf is the disability that accompanies albinism as opposed to blindness. Blindness was just what I chose for fortune. So Wendy, you decided to go deaf, and because of that, deaf people don't know how loud they can be because they can't hear themselves. So using that logic, Screm here is a very loud ichthy. Whenever there's, a gentle call, well, usually the response is a scream. It's a one call. But that's just what Wendy will do. She'll scream at people. She'll just use the one call, the broadcast, because, her ichthy doesn't know how loud he's being. So yeah, that's where that little bit of fun roleplay comes in. Let's see, other people on my team. We have the other girl on the team currently was actually hired on by the company that does all the dry cleaning. I work through a temp agency, and so does most of my team. Yep. I sees you. I see. You're dancing already. Yep. This my deaf son's Grim. I think she's privy to some additional information that I would not normally be, because I now have that additional information. I'm going to nom some meth here, as we call it, because they're crystals, so, meth, joke, haha, hardy har. 15's enough. I would like full bias, but these are for everybody, and I know where she got these, so. Anyway, let's see. Let me consult my list. So let's kind of go over, like, the team, because I haven't had the chance to speak much about, my work. So the team has had several people come and go. There was one of the guys that was he was the one who was complaining the most. He's an anti-vax moron. And he was convinced, oh, well, all viruses are man-made. And I'm like, first of all, where's your science on that? Secondly, bitch, who the fuck made the Black Plague? Like, that was a virus. Like, seriously. Let's see. I've mentioned that one. This person. I made a list. Sorry, I'm going down it. Oh, BioBaby? Bioluminescent? It has BioBaby? Ah. Sweet. I've never had a bioluminescent dino, but it's really cool when it happens. It's fun. It's bioluminescent when you cannot change the color in your character screen. So if that little bit of green changes, then it's not the first, but still. Green bio too. I like that it's green bio and not blue. I am actually going to get a screenshot because I like that bio. It's neat. That's if it's bio though. Like if that green changes color, then we know for sure. Are you recording again? I don't know if your timer's up yet, hun. Anyway, we're just like all worshiping the Ichthy child. Looks like Ace enjoys Ichthy as much as I did for a while.